You just start. Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the I Think podcast. On this podcast, we talk about real life situations. We talk about the things that affect you, affect us, and affect the society as a whole. And we give our honest opinion about those issues. So today, our conversation or our topic for today is, why is staying married a big problem nowadays? So on this live podcast, we have, who do we have here? Let our guests introduce themselves, or let my members, let the panel introduce themselves.
My name for the program will be Cross.
Okay.
Yes, you can call me Master K. I'm a relationship counselor, peace advocate, and a motivational speaker. You are welcome, dear audience.
Okay. So going back to the topic of today, why is staying married a big problem nowadays? So I'm opening the floor for Master K. Why do you think staying married is a big problem nowadays?
Yes, my dear colleague, I'll have to say this is a very vague topic because I, for one, I think there are many factors that should be taken into consideration why our marriages do not last nowadays. So I will have to take a first point to talk on it. Then subsequently, I can come up with a second point. Well, our begins with lack of morals, lack of parental morals. Now, what I think is the marriages today do not have good morals that can keep it lasting. When I talk of good morals, I quote, nowadays, like in the 90s, where we have our parents have to make a background check on their children's spouse before giving their hands in marriage, and like teaching the girl child what she has to do in a marital home. Those physical morals are absent nowadays because our parents, the parents of now, do not give that background moral for the marriage, and respect nowadays is far-fetched for the youth. Is far-fetched, and I think one of the most important things that is really needed in a marriage is respect. So when they lack the respect and they were not well brought up, they lack the morals on how to go about the family, about the family's issues. So I think that's a big problem based on that morals aspect. I think subsequently I can come up with another point, but for now I will have to give the space for other people to give their opinion on that. Thank you.
Okay. So Masake has said what he has to say. Over to you, Cross.
Mm, Thank you very much, Auntie Liza, for giving me the opportunity
Okay.
to share my own point of view. First of all, I think the reason why marriages do not last nowadays is because couples nowadays do engage into the union without knowing what they want from the union. Yeah, I think in the back in the yesterdays, our parents usually get married knowing that okay, we are in this union to bring up our family. Yeah, to mend the kids, and provide for them. But nowadays, couples they don't really know what they want from the union. They want everything. You want that we should raise the children. You want that we should take care of our partners. You want that we should go on vacation. You want money. You want leisure. You want time. You want everything. That's impossible. That's impossible. We are not focused. Couples nowadays, they are not focused on the main purpose of the marriage. Is it to raise family or is it to have fun? Yes, they are not really like focused. And secondly, too, what I think about why marriages do not last is because it's because of the equality of the both partners. Women now want to become equal with men. Yes, they want to have like a complete say in the marriage. Yeah, they want to also become the the breadwinner of the family. Yeah, you becoming a breadwinner means like for instance, if a woman becomes a breadwinner of the family, it means the woman is having the power to control. And it's very difficult for a woman to control a man, even if it is possible, but it's going to strain the marriage a lot. So basically, that's what I think that marriages do not last nowadays. Thank you very much.
Okay. I've heard I've heard what you guys have to say. For me personally, I agree with you. I agree with you guys. I think one of the most reasons why marriages today do not last is unrealistic expectations. In fact, for personally, I feel like it's the expectations. Expectations for marriage has changed from what it used to be. The expectations that people have now does not is not encouraging. Everybody gets married for different nowadays people get married for different reasons. Some superficial reasons, some reasons for reasons that will not take them anywhere. So like
Especially ladies, they have superstitious expectations. You want everything from a man. You want the man to pamper you. You want the man to give you money. You want the man to give you time. Everything. Come on. Something that you used to have from all your friends in class, you want it from one single man. Come on. Come on.
uh,
How is it going to work?
no. See, when you talk about don't forget that nowadays women also work. Women work. In the past, with many people we have seen from our maybe mothers and the mothers before us, many of them were housewives. And when a man provides, that what his provision alone is enough. It's almost enough. Maybe not completely enough. A woman needs attention, needs many other things. But when a man provides and you're a housewife, it's almost enough. But now, in a society where the man goes to work and the woman goes to work, therefore, that money alone that you are bringing, the woman too can also bring. So her expectations must definitely change. Her expectations must she cannot you cannot expect her to be contented with just that money that you are bringing when she too is bringing the same money.
But the money is for her and not even
This
totally for the family. The money is mostly for her.
it depends the kind of family you guys choose to have. It depends how you run your home. There are people who run their homes differently. Some the woman her money is her money. In some homes the money is 50-50. In some homes the money is 70-30. So it depends. But I feel like in general, expectations have changed. It has really, really changed. Women, there are things now, okay, in the past, like in the past, Domestic violence was not even a reason why a woman should go. And the society was so strict. It was like leaving a home, even in a situation where everything, if a home is not moving well, the society blames the woman for that home not moving well. It's almost
But
like, it's almost, even there were many women were dying. Women were dying from domestic violence in homes.
That's true.
Nobody was saying anything. It was almost normal. So nowadays, the women, many women are not willing to take domestic violence because their expectations have changed. They don't expect that the man that have dedicated their life to will lay their hands on them
Raisa,
or be violent to them.
Raisa, if you may permit me to interrupt you, please. If you have to look at it vividly, you realize that domestic violence nowadays have increased more than in the 80s. It's like the notion of keeping a housewife is far off better than what we have now, the wives we have now. It's like when we had wives who were just housewives, they knew their limits, they knew their responsibility, and they stay stick to that. But now that we have these wives of in the form of business partners, in fact, I call them business partners, not even wives, because they go out, they will bring money and you also bring money. They look at you not like a husband. They consider you to be a business partner. You guys are doing a business to build houses, to buy cars, to raise kids and take care of the financial needs. So most women, I think they look at the husband as a business partner, not even as husbands, because they think what you bring, I also bring the same. So why should I respect you? But back in the 80s, when women were just housewives, you see women, they were into seamstresses, hairdresses, and all those domestic kind of work that just give them little money to take care of their families the kind of way they can help the man. And they were so submissive. You could hardly hear divorce, cases of domestic violence as you hear them now. Check
You
just in
know,
the yes.
when you talk about the cases of domestic violence increasing, I, for that part, I don't know, I cannot really speak on it. But you should not forget the power of social media. It's very common for you, maybe in the past, because most often especially when social media was not as popular as it is now, we were mostly influenced by the things around us, the things you see around you. But with social media, you can see things around you and things that are not around you. So you are exposed to so many things. So I don't know about, but I've grown up. When I was growing up, I've seen in cases where even a, a man can even beat the wife anytime and anywhere, and people will say it's her husband. He's training her. I've seen cases where a man is beating a woman in public, beating, serious beating, and people are just watching. Nobody's doing anything about it. People are just like standing and just looking at it. So those are things I saw growing up.
Right, right, right.
Not
Are
talk
those things
about
still
whether
exist?
it's
They still exist. People are still doing it. Okay, which do you prefer? For me, a man to beat you up or to stab you with a knife at night? People are doing worse than giving the domestic violence. Go on social media and get what you see. Even the ladies also are also assaulting the men. Not just the men are assaulting the ladies. The women also are killing the men day
Nagging
in
wife is
daily.
and Master K, a nagging wife is also exhibiting domestic violence on the husband. That's domestic
Exactly.
violence. You cannot have
You are
peace, so you
damaging
come
the mentality.
nothing. That's domestic violence. It's a mutual something. It's a two-way something, two-way street. That's domestic violence. Everybody is exhibiting domestic violence.
Guys, I
And
came through a text on Facebook. A lady was saying men suffer domestic violence more than women. It's just that the men cannot cry like the women. It's just that the women are not physically assaulting the men, but they assault them with their words. They
Mentally.
put the men into depression. Now the men cannot complain, the men cannot cry because the society will look at them as being weak. So they
Yes.
keep it within them. They die slowly. But if you give a woman a slap, she will cry. Oh, everybody will sympathize with her. Why you beat a lady? Oh, ladies are angels. They're so sophisticated. You don't have to treat a woman like that. But they forget to know what the lady have used, that you have to react like that. They don't care about that. They only look at the one they can sympathize, the one who is sorrowful, crying and looking so merciful. So that's it.
If
So
you
it's not like the men are not. There are even some men in their homes. The women are beating them. They cannot tell you because it's shameful. I'm telling you, beating them
100%
physically.
right, bro.
Physically, a man is totally afraid of the wife. Their wife is coming. He is terrified, afraid because the wife is saying, if I catch you, any woman, I will just treat you knife for night. I just press you. See, he is afraid. I'm telling you, Raisa. I'm telling you.
And you guys should permit me to make some to add my point. And I think one of the reasons of the increasing rate of domestic violence nowadays is because the power that be has like the powers is equally shared. Just imagine, whether you're a woman and I'm a man, he who has the goal makes the rule. If I have the goal and you also have the goal, you'll be saying, the rich man won't tell me, he get money, I get money, which is no control move. So that's the thing.
That
A
is
man originally was meant to rule, was meant to control, but now they are fighting each other. The woman is standing the man. So come on, that's the main reason of I think the increased rate of domestic violence nowadays because the women are also having the power to make money. So that's the thing.
especially in
Not
the Western, where full respect and right is given to the woman. Come and
yeah.
see how messed up they are. How messed up they are here. They are so messed up because they know they have
it's the same. Isn't it's the same thing? Is the same thing with us in the Western world? The the society or the law favors the women, and you see that women are using it to their advantage. Unfortunately, that it does not favor the men. It always affects the men negatively. It's the same thing with Africa. The law favor the men. That's why even if a woman complains that her husband is not treating her well, or if a woman complains, especially in the case of domestic violence, even in the police station, they'll tell you to go back home. E- e- Anyway, but I would think I can say as of now, many men have been held down. Some men have been held accountable for laying their hands on women. But years back, in most cases, if you take a domestic violence case to the police station, they'll tell you to go back home and go and solve the issue. That is a family matter.
I think I disagree with you with that point because normally assault assault is a crime in Africa, be it to a lady or to a man. If you're a fellow man, if you assault somebody, it's a crime. So how come you say domestic violence, they say take it back home? If the lady is coming to complain, it means it's more than her. She needs somebody to intervene and bring peace. So how do you think the police would tell her to go back home and solve it? It's a family
So
matter.
you never
What was it?
see,
My
you
Master K, permit me to cut you. That's true. What Reza is trying to say is true. I've witnessed cases of such magnitude that a lady is well beaten and she goes to the police
yes,
to report or even to a guardian counselor. They don't do anything. They say, no, this is marriage, it's like this, it's like that. You should go back home and solve the matter, or maybe you should involve your parents and you guys should sit down and solve the matter. They don't really hold the man responsible as per se,
because the
honestly.
society,
Okay,
African society is in favor of the men. It favors the man.
okay, they don't hold the man responsible, but what of in the course of the act, he eventually kills the woman. The law comes in then, right?
Yes,
Yes.
that's a
Why
different
don't
call.
you prevent the cause? Why don't you prevent what causes the incident? You want to prevent the incident after it has been damaged. Why?
Blame our system. Blame our
You don't
system.
prevent something from happening. Okay, a lady will come to you today to say, my husband assaulted me, is abusing me domestically. So you don't prevent it. You say, go back, it's a family matter. The next day, you hear the man has killed the girl. You start trying the man.
Because they don't want to create tension in the home. They don't want to like say, okay, we'll put the man behind bars. I know that's going to create tension in the home. They don't want to do that. They don't want to create like division. They don't want to say, okay, it's like this. The woman will go and stay in her own place. The man will like division. They don't want to do that. That's why they are sending
So,
them to go back
so,
and solve their problem.
so, so, so if what you guys are saying means a lady has no right to file a divorce for domestic violence,
It's very difficult, bro.
it's difficult. You think
It's
so?
possible, but difficult back home.
We are talking of, I don't know about you, but we are talking about the cases we have seen and the ones
Yeah.
we have heard. I've always known that, especially in cases where it involves husband and a wife, you take it to the police station. They will tell you that you should go back and resolve that issue. That is your husband. It's a family problem. That you should go back home and fix things. Those are things we have seen and those are things we have heard. I don't know about you, but we are talking of from our experiences.
But what I think is I don't really know detailedly when it comes to marriage law codes and stuff like that. But I don't think it is right. If a lady goes and complains about domestic violence, something should be done. Something should be
Yeah.
done because in the tail end, one person will lose the life there because if the lady sees that she has no support and she's being assaulted all the time, she will definitely retaliate for self-defense. And who knows, the man might be the loser. Yes, those are cases that we've been seeing. The man might be the loser. So what then are they turning marriages into? Is it a do or die stuff? Of course not. It's not a do or die stuff. You are not
In
supposed to
Africa,
lose
it's
your
kind
life.
of. In Africa, it's
Yeah,
kind of.
it
It's
just
kind
depends
of a
on
do or
Yeah,
die something. When they send to the social
yeah.
welfare, what do they do there? They just advise you people, this thing is so, na so, na so, na so. When I go back for us, go over. Na so, like that, just like that. Honestly, it's really crazy.
some
Worst of
some
it,
some
worst
after
of it.
some after
Yeah, sorry, Masaki, go on.
some after meeting marriage counselors, it works. Some does not still work. Such marriages, I don't think they should keep forcing it. The two people involved, they know what they want, they want for themselves. If they don't get it, it's okay. You shouldn't be pushing the woman because it's the weaker vessel, always that no, go back, fix it all the time. I don't think it's right for me. That's my opinion. Even though the man is the boss, yes, I accept, but marriage is a mutual something. Everybody has to feel happy and comfortable.
And
Yes,
talking about
everybody,
talk when we are
yes.
we just spoke about this the whole issue of making money too. At the and the domestic violence. I think that's one of the reasons why you see we marriages too do not work. In the past, especially when women were housewives, no matter how bad you are treated, especially when you have children, where do you even how do you leave the home? How do you leave that marriage? And where do you even go to when the society already blames you? Where do you go to? You go even to your parents' house. Most times they will spend their time insulting you for not working things out. In fact, they are the ones who will take you back. The African society does not, and I don't even think it has any plans of changing. The African society is always in place. Once it's a marriage, once it's a union, no matter what is going there,
No,
they will
as
Right,
always
as
try to put you back.
right, Yeah, so it's because they in the African society, there's a nearly one aim of getting married to raise the family. To raise the family, that's the aim. You cannot be going and be leaving the family. No, you have to stay and raise the family. That's why you got married. That's
Yes.
I'm married to raise the family. That's the real aim of getting married in Africa.
I
Anything can
understand what you're
just
saying.
complement.
And you can't
Yes,
raise a, do you raise a family when you are not okay? You can raise a family when you are not okay. This
right.
whole so you see, when just like I was saying, you guys, we just spoke about domestic violence. It was difficult for women to live. So now women have learned to make their own money, so that no matter how bad it is, when it gets bad, they can always have that option of living because they have money. But it's just, I feel like it has become a point where nobody is willing to, or fewer people, not everybody is willing to be patient.
They
And
will leave
patient,
and have the family broken. That's it.
everybody is trying to make themselves happy.
They will leave the
Everybody
marriage and have the family broken.
is
Yeah, that's the result, right? That's why that's when you get to see kids becoming gay. Kids want to do transgender because they'll be concentrating on. It's really crazy, my sister. Honestly.
See,
But anyway,
Raisa,
let's not bomb that shit.
another point I really think marriages now do not last. It's because our parents are our role model. What do you expect from kids whom they were being raised in a home where their mom was was always suffering from domestic violence? Do you know how you damage those children? You damage their mentality. They always believe that's how marriages are, especially the girls in the family. They always think in marriage the husband always have to be the wife. Of course, that's not true. So at times they do not work out because of the conception the couples are living with, from their families. I always see Papa doing this to mommy. So if I get married tomorrow, is this what my husband will be doing to me? And once she just discover that kind of attitude in the man, she maybe wants to tolerate it. She maybe want to endure to see how the man can change for the better. She said, this is how daddy was living. I cannot take it. Though. I cannot take it. This is what killed my mother. I cannot take it. So you see, the past have made some of us to notion some kind of ideas that will always haunt us, will always haunt us. So we will not even want to give a chance to our partners to see how they can change. We just wear them the same coat that we remove from maybe our mothers or from our daddies. Just wear them the same coat. Because if you were a boy in the house and you notice that your mother was cheating on your dad, check them and how it damaged your mentality. So that's how one day I will get married and my wife will be cheating on me. You see how we, the parents, will damage the mentality of our children so they didn't get into marriage and makes the marriage not to work because the mentality is there. So when they just see something similar to what they know, they conclude. They don't want to give time to see detailing if really what they have in their minds is what is actually on the table. So that's another reason. We, the parents, are the uh,
Role
role
model.
models of our kids. So we have to set a good example to them. Some of them, the family they come, the marriages of their parents were not successful. So maybe they just have the conception that there's no successful man, I'll never marry me. So they have to force them into the marriage. So they still have that mentality. So I think that's one of the points too.
yes. And then one very important one, I think one very important thing too is the fact that getting marriage as getting the concept of marriage as a whole. When people are getting married, what exactly is marriage? What exactly are they expecting from that marriage? What's their aim? What's their end goal? So because if you're entering into marriage, you don't know exactly what marriage is. Especially when your expectations. For me personally, I think everything for me is that word expectation. What are you expecting from that marriage? Because if you already have an expectation, if you are expecting something and you get into the marriage and what you're expecting, you don't see it, that alone is a mess. It's a mess.
So that's true.
So as a whole, what does marriage be? I don't know. Maybe marriage means something else to you. Maybe
Either you've paused the record and you've paused the audio. Either you've paused the audio. Ezekiel, you hear me?
I'm getting you, bro.
Either she's paused, she has paused it, or either I can't hear you.
Oh, well,
Either
unfortunately, actually.
Either please can you unmute yourself? And I hit the control. And there you give that power.
No. So what we do now, we drop and we call back.
No, wait, we must see. I don't know. More message here.